guys, and welcome to another video by Vegan and Frodo. Let's have a little chat. I told you that I did a 300k bike ride a couple of days ago, and I thought I'd just do a quick video. I will have a vlog coming out about it as well, but I'll just do quickly. We'll talk about cycling, when I started and whatnot, what I felt during the ride and what I ate, how I nutritioned myself, how I, just basically use my energy through the whole time and how I felt. And okay, so I started off riding. It was early-ish morning. It was like 4:15 in the morning, and I started off from Brisbane and I cycled off to Gold Coast, which was a really good ride. But I was also riding with my friends, and what I found was very important is actually pacing yourself, like not allowing myself. I have ridden to Gold Coast like way faster than I did on that day, but it was important not to go too fast, because that way you're not using it. If you're going really fast, you're using up like all of your energy all at once, and then you have nothing really much more left. Like, what I was thinking is that it's in the first 100, it's like a struggle to go slow, because you like have all this energy, you're so energized, like you want to get down all the adrenaline and excitement. But in the last 300, you appreciate that you didn't go like crazy fast in the first 100. We can start. I can also mention the night before, it is quite important to have a good meal, but I find that for myself and for all this time that I've been riding, I ride best not on a crazy full stomach. Like, it's important to be satiated, it's important to be satisfied and reasonably full, but I would not say that being freaking almost exploding with food, whatever kind of food it is. Like, I mean, it's a little bit easier when you're filling yourself up on watermelon and spinach, but if you're kind of going crazy on rice and potatoes, like, they're brilliant food, look, and I have nothing against them. I eat them. But it takes quite a while to digest them, and your body needs energy to digest them. And especially if you have a crazy heavy dinner, I just find it very like hard to push myself, and like not hard to push myself. Like, the energy's there, but I feel heavy. Like, you feel heavy, and it's not as comfortable as just not being so full. Like seriously, I'm not saying like cut your calories or try to undereat or portion control or whatever. What I'm saying is listen to your body, listen for what is asking you to eat, and then eat that. And make sure it's the whole foods, plant-based. That's all, like, I would really even stress on, like making sure that it's a whole food and it's plant-based. And whatever you feel like eating, eat that. But listen to your body while you're eating it, and don't just physically force too much food into it, right? Like, don't try and meet some sort of caloric requirement. That's what I found. Like, just eat what you feel like you're hungry for, and when you feel like, okay, I've had enough, just stop and allow your body to take it in and absorb, because like your body is sending you signals. It's telling you what to eat and how much you should be eating and what it really needs for what you're trying to put it through. And actually on that day, I've been doing it on the day on Saturday. I woke up really hungry because I only had like some watermelon the night before. So that wasn't like ideal. What I would recommend, because then I woke up and I was like, okay, I need to eat like a little bit, because if you're starving, like it's not good when you're trying to go for a long distance ride like that. What I would recommend, what I did the weekend before, is I had a reasonable normal size of porridge, and it was just like, those rolled oats and a couple of dates and some raisins and some cinnamon and hot water, and that's what I ate. And having that bowl for dinner, not even right before you go to bed, but have it like, I don't know, at 7 p.m. if you're going to bed at 9, for example, and have plenty of water. Like, make sure your hydration is on point the next day. Like, I find that for myself, I can easily ride like 80 Ks almost even 100 Ks without being hungry, without feeling hungry. And by like 80, getting close to 100, I'll start feeling like I need a little bit more food, some more food. So that's one way to do it. The way I did it on my recent 300K ride was, I obviously, like as I said, I woke up hungry. So what I had like a couple of dates, I think. That's what I had. And I had lots and lots of water, and I also munched on a muesli bar because I was meeting with someone as well, and I was just like, didn't want to spend too long eating or whatever. But having a little bit of oats, like not too much, so you're not insanely full, but enough to give you like some energy. I think I had maybe like 400 or 500 calories, but maybe not even that. But having that little bit, and the main thing was pacing and having tons and tons of water, like non-stop water, non-stop water, non-stop water. Also, make sure you wear sunscreen. That's like my favorite story that I am always guilty of. But put on sunscreen, come on, like it's so easy, especially if you like, you know that you're gonna be out and about for like ages and ages and ages. Let me just do this like through the day. There you go, hopefully you can see me. The next thing is, alright, so I got into Gold Coast and I had a smoothie. I had a mango like smoothie from Boost, and there's no extra sugar, nothing in it, just like a pure like what they normally make. And I found it so sweet, like, I don't know, it had some sorbet. I think instead of yogurt they put sorbet because I asked them to make it dairy free, and well, I know that's what they put in, so I found it a bit sweet. So it was, I guess, quite sugary, but I got it down. I also made sure that I had some fiber with it. So I had a Cliff Bar. I would recommend obviously going for something like a banana or dates or some spinach, but that's what I had at that time. And I went off and started riding. I rode to Coolangatta, which is like another 20 or so, 25K, and I had a burger, and it was, you know, from Grilled. It was like the vegan burger with veggie patty and stuff, and I smashed it in. I didn't get the chips or anything like that. I just had it, and I found that was a reasonable amount of food that got me pretty full, but I wasn't stuffed. Like I know that some people out there kind of recommend smashing it all in and eating as much as possible, but like from what I've experienced, eating enough and listening to your body and eating just enough of what it's telling you is like what you need to do. And I mean, it's a different story if you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no access to food and you just know that this is like your food, and then you won't have any food available for ages and ages and ages. But obviously riding through like Aussie on the coast, like it's not the case. There's lots of like places where you can eat and it's not a problem. Anyway, so I had that, and I also like timed myself. I wasn't like timing, like saying, okay, you have to finish it in like 5 minutes, but I was making sure that I was taking in plenty of water for digestion and make it easy on my body, and hydration as well, because it was a reasonably warm day. And also I was, you know, kind of aware of the time because I knew I had to ride quite a big case. So I got it in. I think maybe it must have taken me like 10-12 minutes to eat that, and I had lots of water and I felt great, and I went riding. I got hit by a car, blah blah blah. We're alright. Then I set off to ride to go to Byron Bay, and what I had these little jellies, like, you know, I have a pack in my kitchen that I'll show you in my vlog and stuff, but it was just like little jellies. They had I'll take you with me. Maybe not. Okay, I'll do it another time because it's already 9 minutes. But yeah, there's like little jellies, and I didn't just scoff them down. It was like sugar. They were vegan, but it was like sugar and some salt in it, some like vitamins or whatever. And I don't have these often, and I would not recommend have it at every training session. But you know, occasionally when you're doing really, really big Ks and just for variety, I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what it's like. That's what I had. I don't know if I would really have them again, but I didn't mind them. They were all good, and they're just like little chewy things. You just like eat them, and yeah, there's basically like sugar and some salt and some other stuff in it. but I didn't have it in one go. I just had like a couple with lots and lots of water, and then I kept going. And I went all the way to Byron, and in Byron I had 4, those sticks of sushi, 4, and with avocado, and I found that that was plenty more than enough food. I had that, and I had a Cliff Bar. So that, again, like, it's not crazy calories, maybe like 600 or like 700 max, like, seriously. So I had that at Byron, and that was like about 2 o'clock, 2 in the afternoon. And I reapplied sunscreen. Like, sunscreen is so important, and make sure that you keep drinking water consistently. And also throughout your riding, if you have the ability, like if you have a Garmin or whatever power meter, like, try and look at your speed, at your velocity, and go at like consistent speed. Like, if you have a power meter, obviously you look at your power output, and I'll be getting a power meter sometime soonish. I hope so. I will be, talking through that and talking about that in the future. But at this point, I just have my Garmin, so I was looking at my speeds and just kind of, as well, like, you feel it, try and feel it yourself, and how much power you are putting, how fast you're going, and try to just go at exact same speed, basically. We try to put out the same amount of power if you can, kind of manage it without actually looking at some sort of electronic device. So I was cycling out of Byron, and again, I was just drinking ton of water, and I had like a few of those little jellies left. Like, seriously, it's like it's like this big of a pack. Like, it's tiny, it's not big at all. And I was just like chewing on them and having a little more water. And I basically rode back into Gold Coast, and I did like a little bit of riding and was meeting some friends for dinner there. So we went out, and again, I don't think we went to Mandela Organic Huts. I actually love that place. Check it out if you haven't. And I would have had, I know, maximum like maybe 3/4 of a pizza, like, those big pizzas that they make. It wasn't even very creamy. I asked for like 1/3 of the cream that they normally put, and no salt. And like, I had little nibbles on a couple of other things, but yeah, and ton of water. And again, I was not starved. I was satisfied, and I was reasonably full, but I was not like exploding with food, which meant that I was able to ride another 20 k's by the end of the day, and my body was comfortable to exercise, and it had enough fuel and enough energy in cells to continue to exercise. I have not been doing sugar waters at all. I have not done sugar waters for a very long time. I have nothing against them. If they work for you, good for you, but I'm just not using them. I don't think they're necessary anymore, and I'm not even so big on the juice anymore. I don't mind coconut water, but again, I actually been finding coconut water a bit too sweet just to have it on its own. So if I was to have coconut water, I'll try to have it with like a regular water, or I'll try to have it with like some spinach or something like a little savory. Again, maybe it's just like my taste buds and my body's kind of telling me, sweet, we have had plenty of sugar from amazing watermelons and bananas that you're eating, so you don't need to go crazy and try to eat more and more sugar. Anyway, excuse this little thing, but it doesn't matter really, does it? You're just listening to me talking. Okay, and yeah, so basically that. And at the end of the day, that was it. Like, I didn't even eat anything else. I don't know, if I'd have to estimate how much I ate that day, maybe 2,000 calories, like max, two and a bit, 2,200. And like seriously, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not saying like do that, don't eat and go for rides. Like, no, what you need to do is listen to your body and listen to what it's telling you. And if it's telling you that it is okay and it is happy to do what you're asking it to do, then carry on. If it's saying, please feed me, give me some food, I want some pumpkin and some, I don't know, almonds, give it the pumpkin and the almonds. Like, your body is so smart, your body is so intelligent. It tells you what it wants, it tells you what it needs, and you need to communicate what you want from it, basically, without being like aggressive or rude, if you will. Just like be very gentle, but be like specific and firm. Am I talking crazy? Do you think I'm talking crazy? I've been going through so many amazing changes lately, and I've been understanding the world from so many different angles, from new angles, and it's been amazing me and overwhelming me, and which I guess also reflecting in some things that I say. Anyway, this video has been crazy long, and if you're still here, thanks so much, because I'm just racing. I can talk about this forever and ever. Anyways, let's finish this video here. Drink tons of water, get enough sleep if you can, preferably 8 hours or however many hours you need. Drink a ton of water. Make sure that you pace yourself and don't just get one out in the first 100. Spread your energy across whatever distance that you're doing over the whole day, space of a day. Give your body continuous nutrition and food and fuel, but don't overwhelm it with that fuel. Just give it like in smaller portions, and non-stop hydration. Seriously, that's like one of the number ones. And sunscreen. But sunscreen, so important. Okay, let's end it here. Oh my goodness, it's so long. Remember to stop counting calories, start counting heals, count your adventures, count your passions, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.